Welcome to Port Elizabeth, the beautiful city. This is part two. So we're here now on the beachfront, and this is June 2014. I must explain that this series that I'm doing is based on a series of PowerPoints that I created from about 2014-15 to capture my various walks. Many of these areas, not the beachfront here, but many of the areas I visit are incredibly dangerous to visit today. I mean, back then there were certain areas that were pretty dodgy, but particularly after the COVID period, things got really dodgy, really bad. So anyway, this is the promenade, and as you can see on the right, there's work going on. They're restoring it. But I'll just scroll through because you can see how it looked in about the mid-1920s. It was on these lovely, graceful sort of columns. And you'll see a little tin hat, as they call it, that little feature on the left. But this was an interesting part of Port Elizabeth's development at Humewood. But let's go back to today and just one step back, because I made some history here of this promenade, and says that the third Governor General of South Africa, Prince Arthur of Connaught, grandson of Queen Victoria, and his wife, Princess Arthur, paid a short visit to PE in 1923. Arthur opened the Campanile, marking the 100th anniversary of the settlers, albeit 3 years late, and laid the foundation stone of the first Scouts Hall in North End. Princess Arthur opened the Princess Promenade in Humewood, which was built in sections over several years. The official opening took place on the 6th of November 1923 under the Promenade Dome, designed by the Assistant City Engineer J.J. Burt. And there's a Burt Drive in PE. It's often called the tin hat due to the resemblance to a World War I helmet, but there's no connection to the memorable order of tin hats or moths. That organization was only founded in 1927. So let's just have a look at the promenade as it was in 2014 when it was undergoing this restoration, where again, a lot of this character was lost. So there's the tin hat or the not tin hat being restored, which is a good thing. And there it is. It's been around there for nearly 100 years. And this is a feature of Port Elizabeth's beachfront, are these sort of rows of impenetrable rock against which the waves crash. And there we've got another landmark, the Humewood Slipway. I'll go into more detail about it later. And around 1990, they built that pier there, Shark Rock Pier, which led to the formation of a beautiful beach here, Hobie Beach. Next to Hobie Beach is the boardwalk entertainment restaurant sort of set up. Great place for a few pints. And a real family outing spot, this. So there's there's always a couple of people selling stuff here, which adds to the color. And somebody often creating these sand sculptures. And then you can just walk all the way from here along this pleasant beach front walkway, where you'll pick up the odd aloe if this is winter, different types. and there's a palm of some sort, more aloes. Those two in the picture are actually my wife Robin and son Doug. So I think that's Bird Rock. And then this little pool, which has a name, but I've forgotten it, always a lovely spot for kids. A wave that sort of pushes through. And this, I've done a lot of sketches here as well of fishermen on that rock. So here we got kids enjoying it. Granddad and grandson, no doubt. Whoops, there's a nice wave pushing through. And then on to Pollock Beach without a sea. So we used to say on the newspaper where I worked, Pollock is the sea, S-E-A, without the sea. And further on, that headland is Cape Recife, where I think the lighthouse there dates from about 1850s. So this is a nice surfing beach, and in winter I particularly like the color. Oopsie. Here we got some people going out to get a few waves. And this is known as pipe. So it's a stormwater drain that exits there. Hopefully not too dirty. Here we go. I can remember sitting around as a teenager watching surf in East London, where I grew up, so that I can relate to those youngsters. As we head back, so there were some decent information signboards. I think these are probably also just seen themselves vandalized. But as you can see, well, we are moving next to the tramways building. But let's just enjoy the sun setting there, or sinking down in the west in the middle of winter. Beautiful beachfront. That's something they haven't been able to mess up thus far. But till next time, cheers.